To add to my series on healthy snacks, I'm going to show you how to make kale chips, beet chips, and sweet potato chips. Now this meets all my requirements. It's super healthy, very easy to do, tastes great. It's a lot less expensive than store-bought brand, and you can do it in about 15 minutes. All you need is kale, olive oil, and sea salt or Himalayan pink salt. Now, if you want to add extra things like me, I like to add a little bit of garlic powder, nutritional yeast, and if you like them spicy, you could add cayenne pepper, but that's up to you. Now, to start with, we're going to wash the kale and make sure it's thoroughly dried. And the reason we do that is because if it's at all wet, it winds up becoming soggy and it kind of defeats the purpose. So I like to use a salad spinner to make sure they're totally dry and then leave them out for a little while. Next, preheat the oven to 300 degrees, and then what we're going to do is start taking the kale off the stems and ripping them into potato chip sized pieces. Now the reason kale has become so popular is because it's one of the most nutrient dense foods on the planet. It's full of vitamins like vitamin A, K, C, B6. It's got lots of minerals too, also omega-3s and antioxidants. And a lot of other nutrients too, which help to make it an anti-inflammatory, antiviral, and it's even got flavonoids, which has been shown to help against depression. So there's no reason to throw the stems out. You can either juice them, saute them with other vegetables, or just eat them raw. Now, to get this going, you need a surprisingly small amount of olive oil. And the best way that I have found to do it is to put it on the kale once it's in the bowl and mix it around and make sure every piece gets it. The other option is to pour it over them while they're on the cookie sheet, but then what I notice happens is some get burned, others are crispy, and some aren't. So this way makes it the most consistent. And what we're going to use is just 1 tablespoon of olive oil to start. In order to make sure olive oil is on every piece, you want to rub them together like you see I'm doing here. The most common problem people have with this is adding too much olive oil and then it makes them soggy. So you want to avoid that. If you do feel like you need to add more olive oil than just a tablespoon per bunch of kale, just do it 1 teaspoon at a time. Next, we're going to add salt. I like to use Himalayan pink salt, but you can use sea salt as well. Just don't use table salt because that's terrible for you. Himalayan pink salt has over 80 minerals in it and has a lot of other benefits. You can see my blog for more information on that. We're going to use a half a teaspoon of the salt. Then we're going to use a half a teaspoon of garlic powder as well. Next, you want to lay them all out on the pan, making sure that they're not on top of each other, because if they are on top of each other, you run the risk of them being soggy. So we're going to have to go to a second tray here because I have too many. Next, I'm going to put one of my favorite ingredients, which is the nutritional yeast. This you use about 2 tablespoons of, very little. This acts as a great spice and it's full of vitamins, 17 of them, but especially B vitamins, and it's also high in fiber and gluten-free. And if you want to use cayenne pepper and make it a little spicy, I'm going to put this on about half of the tray. We're going to bake this for about 15 to 25 minutes at 300 degrees until the edges are brown and crispy. You can watch it to see how long it takes in your oven to make it crispy. Now with the exact same recipe as the kale, we're going to make this with beets as well as sweet potatoes. Start by peeling the skin off the beets, and then we're going to use a carrot peeler to peel off potato chip sized slices. Beets are great against high blood pressure, great for energy and stamina. They fight inflammation, they're rich in fiber, and they're a great detox of the blood and the liver. With these two, I also like to use parchment paper so that they don't stick to the pan. You can do the same thing with the kale, but since a lot of people don't have that, I just made it without it. If you do use the parchment paper, get the non-bleach, chlorine-free, eco-friendly one. With the beet chips, I like to add a bit of fresh pepper and rosemary. Same with the beets, we're going to use the carrot peeler to cut potato chip sized slices out of the sweet potatoes. No need to peel them, the skin tastes great on there. Sweet potatoes are rich in B, D, and C vitamins. They also have a lot of minerals, including collagen, to help with elasticity of your skin. And they're a great antioxidant. Cook this for the same amount of time at 300 degrees, about 15 to 25 minutes, depending on how long it takes to become crispy. With these two, when you first take them out, they might be a bit soft, but if you let them sit for 5 minutes, they'll crisp up, as you can see here. Without the parchment paper, they would be sticking, but with it, it's a super easy way to get them off the pan. These are all great. My favorite is the kale, and it's the quickest and easiest to make. I also like to crunch it up and mix it with the herbal popcorn that I make. So you can check out my video on that. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe for more health and wellness videos. Good luck.